Alright guys, just picked up Little Big Planet Part 2. Gonna be reviewing this for you guys in the next 24 hours. So it appears like I'm all ready, you know. I got my coffees, my little snacks here, and I got my Rockstar, my game refill. Let's go ahead and start this then, eh? So this is 24 hours worth of game review. Let's start. Alright, hey, what's up guys? Already had quite a while with the game already. So it is a lot. Well, you know what, let me say this. They've really changed it over the first one. They still have the space pod right here, which I think is pretty cool, because you could still use the controller and play around with that. So, and they have a moon and they have an Earth. I'm pretty sure that's somewhat different. They've changed a lot of the other mechanics, which is pretty cool. I really like the tutorials. When you go into making your own planet or your own levels, you really have to look at the tutorials. That's you're kind of forced at the beginning too, which kind of sucks. I mean, you can't really just jump in there and start doing it. A lot of the things in the moon or in my level sections are blocked, so you can't use. When you first go in there, you can't use none of the tools at all. You have to look at the videos. So, but I believe there's 12 mandatory videos. But the plus side about it is you get more objects and get more tools, and you get a lot of other little toys. And other than that, the game is pretty short. The story, I don't believe there was a story in the first one, or I don't think there was a story like this one, like the campaign that they have in part 2. But this time you have a vacuum that's like the bad guy or something like that. But it's actually really short. There's also little side missions, I guess you can say. I haven't. Well, if you play through the whole, just the basic levels, you could get there fairly quickly, and it only takes about, I would probably say, maybe about 4 hours or less. It really, I mean, and the boss battles are actually pretty cool. They're really nicely made. Let me show you guys this one. I actually pretty like this one. The first one was pretty cool, and the loading isn't too bad. I mean, except for once you go on the PlayStation Network, it tends to really drag on the loading. It could be anything from I would probably 2, 3, 4 minutes, and it just takes a while to play other people's games. So here I'm trying to get into someone else's game, but they usually reject. So this is gonna get timed out. So it's really, I guess it's really better to have somebody already in your space pod. So I'm gonna keep on trying to see if I can join someone, and it all really just depends on them. They'll get a little message, Big Boss Z is trying to connect to you, and they have a choice to either allow you to join the game or not. So looks like nobody wants to play. So that tends to happen in this game. If you're just trying to get in there and just play with somebody random, it's not gonna happen. Most of the time, it's not gonna happen. So this is, I believe, one of the boss battles, which is pretty cool. You'll see. I'll show you exactly what happens right here. So this is. I'm just gonna be showing you this one level of boss battles. It's pretty cool. You gotta stay out there. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, so just gotta turn them green, and the next part comes out. And of course it gets difficult every time. I really like the boss battles. Oh. So let's see. I've talked about the multiplayer, which is a little laggy. Not laggy, but it just takes a while to load up. I mean, extremely. The single player campaign is pretty cool. You could also play with friends also on the same system. You could also play with people on the same system, which is pretty cool. I think I've only played with someone else, with my brother, and it worked just fine. Now this is one of the tools you get to use after a while. You have a couple different ones, but this one seems to be my favorite one, mainly because it's pretty cool. Oh, let's see. Oh shit, dead. I knew I was gonna die. So let's just see. Alright, and now yeah, just pull that thing over there. Got it. And that's it. So you can see how well made the boss battles are for just a couple tools like this. Pretty awesome. And yeah, the game itself is really nice, well made. The visuals are pretty cool. The customizations in the game are endless. There's really no limit to the customizations that you can do in this game. So I've already beat the game. Like I said, it's only took a couple minutes. The final boss is actually a lot easier to play with a buddy or with a friend. But other than that, game's pretty cool. The replay value in the game's pretty high because you still have the community, so you can pick here, and they actually made this quite nice for you to go ahead and look through. You have the cool levels, and you can see the ratings on the games on the side. So look, you have 293 people disliked it and 4,117 people liked the game, and that just goes on and on for each one. And you can see there's also films. People's made films for this. There's Black Ops. I've tried this game and I didn't really like it, and I mean there's just so many out there. So the replay value is always there, and I'm guessing that's why they didn't really it didn't really matter to even make the campaign so long, because most of the people just jump into the levels that are made by other gamers. But yeah, it's $6, of course. You know it's gonna be has a lot of replay value, good visuals. Let me show you guys a couple of my costumes here. Now this is my space pod. My brother thought it would be funny if you go crazy with all this crystal stuff. But yeah, there's no limit here. You could, and these are some of the saved ones. Of course, Big Boss, you know. And here's a few of them that you could unlock. And these are just after you beat some missions, you can automatically get these as costumes. And the specials, you could become one doodle guy. I don't even know what his name is. I believe you run into him in the third mission, and then a sack bot. So that's pretty cool. And you have different kinds of skins here. You could right here. Let me go back into Sack Boy. All right. You could just customizations are off just crazy. I mean, you could do whatever you want. See if I could get. There's just, and then there's so many. So whenever you unlocked on the first one, you could also unlock. You could also carry anything over onto Little Big Planet Part 2.